Hey, welcome to another edition of Avidgolfer Magazine's Drive Time feature. This go around, we got a big old truck. Because in Texas, you make them big or you go home. So this is the GMC 1500 Sierra. And it's a Duramax diesel. It's a short bed. And it's the AT4. So this is their off-road version. Man, this thing is fun. I want to thank the people over at Ewing GMC. Go say hi to Nathan. For letting us have the use of this ride so we can give you our thoughts. So let's take a closer look at the GMC Sierra 1500 Duramax diesel. All right, let's check out this front end because all these big rig pickups these days big, bold fronts, and that's what everybody seems to want, so that's what the manufacturers are delivering. Like the way the grill looks, got black trim down here, a glossy black plastic, and you have these red pull hooks so down here, towing, pull something out, tree or whatever. I like the lights, big and bold, bright, and they really light up at night too, so you have no problem seeing anything, especially with these old peepers. You can hear the engine. This is the Duramax 3.0 inline 6. It doesn't sound like that old clickety, like a sewing machine back in the day. It sounds almost like a petrol. The best thing about it is 277 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and really good gas mileage. I got 27 miles a gallon with this. So if it was a petrol engine, you'd probably get about 18. So if I was getting a truck, I'd look really hard at a diesel. I think it makes a lot of sense, and they tend to last longer too. All right, this is the AT4 version. This is the Denali is the high-end kind of luxury package. This is the off-road package. It's got a 2-inch lift. It's got skid plates underneath to protect the soft underbelly when you're going over rocks and so forth. And it has these big old meaty 18-inch wheels. Here's the interesting thing about these. I said this before. I was driving about an hour each way on the freeway. Normally these off-road tires get to be a little noisy because they're built for off-road, right? These were really quiet, and I have really good ears, so I was pleasantly surprised. It rode smooth, didn't ride rough or anything, and it was very stable in high winds too. All right, take a long look at the silhouette of this truck. Again, it's big, it's bold, it's masculine, it means business, it's off-road, you can take it anywhere. And I love the fact that the black trim, I think it sets off nicely against the white. I like the red accents on the fore, on the GMC logo on the front, on the pull hooks in the front. I think it's just a nice touch. This is a thoughtful feature as well. These are non-skid running boards, so if it's raining outside, I'm not going to be slipping and falling on my rear. Very grippy, like it. As we go more towards the rear, this is your gas cap. This is diesel, and they put it in green so you don't put petrol in by accident. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Even trucks can have some fun and have some new technology and some new whiz-bang toys that you can wow your friends with. Let's start off with the Multi-Pro tailgate. Very thoughtful. I can't believe other companies haven't thought of this yet, but I guarantee you they soon will be copying this. This is how it works. Hit this button twice. You've got a couple options here. If you're carrying a bunch of boards, lumber, whatever, you can bring this thing up, use it as a stop. So everything stays inside, it's not falling out the back. Genius. You can also do this. Pop this down, pop that down. Now you got a step. Pretty darn cool. You also have optional 2 speakers in the back, so that's what tailgating's for, right? You got a tailgate, might as well have some speakers. You can Bluetooth it, anything right through there. Awesome. Finally, if you want to use something else, this would be like a pull bar, so you can either go like that, or, well, right here on the side, I'm going to get out of this picture real quick. Am I still in? You can use these handy footsteps right here. You just pull yourself up. I like it. And, you know, it's all about practicality with these trucks. And when you're trying to load a bunch of stuff, I think this is awesome. It stays a lot of wear and tear. Now, the other thing is this is a carbon composite bed. So what makes this good, it's stronger than steel, stronger than aluminum, and it allows these to be pushed out a little bit wider because they have so much stability and strength. You actually have more cargo volume in here than if you just had a regular bed. Nice. All right, slide into the back here. This is just like the Denali, lots of room. Boy, let me tell you something. My legs are almost extended. A lot of room underneath the seat for my feet, and I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I have plenty of room, plenty of headroom too. This is not a panoramic view sky roof, so they can make this a little bit higher for allow a little more headroom. It's good leather, heated seats in the back. You got 2 buttons right here. You can turn on the heat. They have more USB ports, USB-C ports, and they have a power function right here. A couple things that are of note. Everybody has this, right? Okay, you got that. That's nice. But what's also cool is this. These little secret compartments. You have enough room to put some stuff back here. You can put a gun back here, a handgun, because this is Texas and people do carry. Put the back here, same thing on the other side. So again, really thoughtful. And you also have a power window back here if you want to allow a little more air in. Finally, what you can do is you can put up these seats. You have a fairly flat bed down here, a floor. You can add even more stuff for your cargo space. It gives you more room than you really need. It's good stuff. All right, let's check out the front seat. Again, more room than you'll ever need. A lot of knick-knack space. It's big, it's expansive, it's comfortable. Leather everywhere. These are contrast stitching on the seats with these kind of saddle brown accents that look really nice. And they're heated and ventilated. So, and they work really well. I tried them both. They heat you up quickly and they cool you down quickly. So that's all good stuff. Sunroof up top here. And steering wheel. Again, more contrasting stitching on the leather. Looks really nice. It's heated steering wheel. It's another plus. And then a pretty good dash. I mean, they have most of the instrumentation you need. You can always change stuff by hitting these buttons, and you can go back and forth. And, you know, just depends on what you're looking for, but it has more information than you'll need. But it'll have everything you need too. You have different modes for your drivetrain. You can keep it in auto, you can put it in 2-wheel drive, you can put it in 4-wheel drive high gear, 4-wheel drive low gear, and you can do that on the fly. Side view mirrors work nicely as far as they give you a lot of room so you can see around you. It's actually, the visibility is really good in this. I really don't see any blind spots. And it has blind warnings on that. Everything is very truck-like up here. They don't have any gear shifting down here. It's a 10-speed. Again, it's a diesel. It's about 27. I got about 27 miles on the highway, and they say about 22 overall, and I believe it because diesel is just that functional and just that economical. As far as other things concerned, right down here you have a wireless charger. Put that right down there. Works perfectly. You have a ton of storage. This thing is cavernous. So put my arm down, it's about this deep. Very wide. Put a bunch of stuff in there. More connection, more USB-C ports, USB, more than you ever need. Has 2 glove compartments. Why you need 2, I'm not sure, but it's there, so use them. And all these things down here, you have your heated, you have your cooled, you have your other climate controls as far as air conditioning, recirculation. You have take the auto stop off. It's actually pretty good in this truck. It's not too annoying. So, but you can always take it off if you want to. It has lane avoidance, so if you're starting to veer, it'll gently remind you either your right or left butt cheek by vibration on which way you're leaning too much into, right? That's really cool too. And I would say that's about it. It's all touchscreen, so you can put an audio. It has AM, FM, has Sirius, has Bluetooth. It's very good sound. I didn't mind it at all. And again, with the quieter diesel engine, you're not trying to override the clickety-clack of what the old diesel used to be, like a sewing machine almost. So that's pretty much it. It's all really good, and it's all very handy. You have the camera right here. One thing this doesn't have on this unit, it doesn't have the 360. It doesn't have the overhead, which is really useful, by the way. I would always get that. But this right here, so this is your towing. So if we had a trailer back here, you put a camera on the back of the trailer, it essentially makes the trailer invisible. So when you're backing up, you can see through the trailer without any obstacle, and you can, you know, reverse and park really nicely. Good stuff, huh? And I would say that's about it. You have more storage up here. You have your head-up display. Doesn't have it on this model, but I saw it in the Denali when I did it last year. It's a great head-up display. It gives you everything you need. It's crystal clear. It's bright. You can see it in light. You can see it in dark. If I was going to get a car, I'd always have a head-up display. It keeps my eyes on the road rather than looking down here searching for stuff. All really good. Right down here, you have more USB. You also have a cigarette lighter power function. You also get an outlet. How about that? I mean, there's not want for anything in this truck. You want to take this off-road, you want to take it out on a date, you want to take it to a nice place. Pretty much has all you need. Okay, okie dokie, let's take this thing for a spin. Again, I drove this to go visit a client an hour out of Dallas. And what I was most impressed with, I was expecting a really rough ride because it's more of an off-road vehicle. At least this version is, the AT4. One of those big old meaty knobby tires. I was really surprised how smooth it was. It was really high winds that day. It was extremely stable. I was impressed. Now, granted, I'll tell you this. I'm not a big truck guy. More of a sports car aficionado. So what I do is I have a lot of friends with trucks. So I bring them over, say, what do you think? What do you like? What don't you like? What they like the stance. They like the interior. They like the fact the diesel gets really good gas mileage, got a heck of a lot of torque. You can pull up to 7,100 pounds in this, and you can carry a payload just a smidge under a ton, at 1,800 pounds. And with that carbon fiber bed, you're not going to get a lot of dents. You're not going to get a lot of scrapes. It's money. It's worth it. And it has that wider bed load, so you can take a larger payload as well. Very thoughtful. I like having a commanding presence in here. You sit up really high. Again, it's a 2-inch lift from the normal Sierra. And with the bigger tires and everything, you got to have this kind of like commanding presence. Pretty good acceleration. Good enough for a truck, right? I mean, you're not going to be racing people at stoplights. But it's smooth, it's effortless, it's 10 speed, so that helps the gas mileage as well. That put a lot of load on that engine. I like diesel for a couple reasons. One, much better gas mileage than a petrol. Two, tends to hold up a little bit better for some reason. The longevity of diesel engines is excellent. So I'm not quite sure people would buy a gas powered truck versus a diesel, especially when it's all-wheel drive and you're going to do a lot of towing. It's going to be a lot of grunt work, but to each his own. I just think that diesel is genius, much better than a hybrid, I'd say, for gas mileage and so forth. The turning radius on these is not awesome. Even though this is a short bed, typically you have to make at least a 3-point turn to get a proper U-turn. I'm going to see if this one can do it here. This has 3 lanes, so let's see if I can make a U-turn without having to back up and make it a 3-pointer. The seats are very comfortable. Again, heated and cooled. A lot of support. It's a good lumbar. And enough adjustments that you should be able to find your sweet spot when you're driving this to find the most comfort. Again, much more headroom than you would expect, even with a sunroof. Usually they come down a little bit lower. This gives you a lot. So you want to wear a big old hat because you're in Texas, again, go big or go home. This will fit the bill. And it's got some really good competition. Every manufacturer has a kick butt truck. Let's see if this thing can turn. Oh, come on, baby. Just give it to me. I can make it. How about that? Yeah, it took me 3 lanes, but again, that's what a short bed will do for you.
I find this an excellent ride, and it bases at 54. If you want the AT4 package, that's 57. This one's nicely appointed at 63. This one doesn't have the head-up display. That's in the technology package. I would thoroughly recommend that. Again, keep your eyes on the road. The nav works fine. The Bluetooth, excuse me, take two. The Bluetooth works fine. This is a solid ride, and I can see why GMC are selling more trucks than anybody right now, because they got worthwhile product. You can get the Denali, which is the upper luxury end. You can get the AT4, which is the off-road end, and you can just get plain Sierra if you'd like. They have a 2500, which is a more powerful engine, and you can tow more, probably about a ton more, maybe 9,100 pounds versus 7,100. But man, unless you got to park in tight spaces all the time, this truck is money. I'm not even a truck guy and I like it. This is good stuff. So, if you're looking for a truck, if you know somebody's looking for a truck, steer them in this direction. It should be on your short list for your tests, because if you don't test drive this car, you'll be shortchanging yourself. This is really, really good. Man, it just handles the bumps well. I love it. I really, really do. It's everything you want in a truck. And even the price is pretty reasonable. I mean, you get trucks at 80, 90 grand. This one pretty well loaded at 63. I'd do it. Would do it in a heartbeat. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the feature. Hope it motivates you to take a look at these trucks. And again, don't forget to check out Ewing Buick GMC in Plano if you're looking that way, because they'll take excellent care of you.
And there you go. This thing's a peach. It's the GMC 1500 Sierra AT4 Off-Road Edition, Duramax diesel engine. Spaces at about 57. This one runs about 63,000. So if you have a friend or somebody that's just looking for a truck, this really needs to be on your short list. I want to again thank the guys over at Ewing Buick GMC for the use of this vehicle. If you ever had any needs, go up there and give them a look. But this is worthy, and give it a long, hard look. And until next time, put that lane changer light on, won't you?